And so what I did was I started booking shows to move because we couldn't afford to move to Nashville. Long behold, 2 weeks before we are gonna move to Nashville, all the shows get canceled. Every last one. So I was in a metal band for 4.5 years, and when that all dissipated, I took a job at a church, and I immediately started feeling like the Lord was calling me to move to Nashville. And I'm originally from California, so that's felt like the other side of the world to me. And I didn't really understand why. And ended up in a long series of events, ended up having a friend contact me and saying, hey, I feel like the Lord's calling me to manage you, and I think you should come out here and write songs. And that immediately struck me with tons and tons of fear and anxiety, because I had never even thought about going off and being like a singer-songwriter out on my own. I'd been in a band with 5 other people since I was 17. So I ended up kind of starting to go down this road of like, all right, we're gonna just start praying about this. So my wife and I, we prayed for almost an entire year about moving to Nashville, and we both the same day felt like the Lord confirmed that we were supposed to go. And you know, I don't know about you, but I'm a huge planner, and I honestly struggle yearly with trusting the Lord with stuff in my life, because I'm such I want to be hands-on with things and I want to control them. And so what I did was I started booking shows to move because we couldn't afford to move to Nashville. And long behold, 2 weeks before we are gonna move to Nashville, all the shows get canceled. Every last one. For just the craziest reasons too. Like one of them was literally the pastor had just left the church that I was gonna play at. I mean, just insane things. And so my wife and I were thinking, oh my goodness, maybe this is the Lord saying, you've been misreading this the whole time. You're not supposed to go to Nashville. And so we just continued to just pray, and we still continued to feel like the Lord was saying, no, I still want you to go. And we left our little apartment in California, and we just started driving with no money, no means of getting to Nashville at all. And so I just started calling churches while we're driving, like, hey, do you need a worship leader tonight or something? And so we literally made it all the way to Nashville, and we had actually made money moving to Nashville, whereas my way, we were gonna get to Nashville. This whole thing honestly was just a massive lesson for me, and I feel like it was the Lord kind of just grabbing my shoulder and saying, just remember that I want more for you than you want for yourself. And I think that that's one of the things for me in my life that I've consistently seen show up is anytime we try to take things and we try to control them, we can do things in our own human strength, but when we trust our ultimate provider, when we put all of our trust and faith into Jesus, he's gonna do so much more and so much more abundant than we could ever even imagine. So it's one of those things where when we're dealing with fear, when we're dealing with anxiety, when we're dealing with stress and we want to control things, that's just a part of our human nature. The most freeing thing that we can find is when we just give it up and we give it to Jesus and we trust him with it.